My father's name was Sanford Frederick Stinson. He served in the Second World War, and he was a trooper with the Canadian Armored Division. My dad wrote letters to my mom while he was overseas in England and then in France. One thing I could remember when I read the letters that he would always say, "Take care of the kiddies." They were fighting for liberty, and at that time we weren't recognized as a citizen of Canada. We were people of no country. They weren't conscripted. They were all volunteers, every one of them that went overseas to fight in the war. And most of the reservations sent all their men into the war. I don't remember very much about it because like I said, I was only about 7 years old when he left Rama. My mother told me about it 30 years after he left. They walked out of the house, walked down the road, pitch black night, middle of the night. And at that time, the roadway was narrower than what it is now, and it was hilly, up and down. My mom walked with my dad that far, and then he told her at that point to stay there. That's far enough. He said, "Far enough, Gladdy. You go on back home to the kiddies." And he had those metal cleats on the back of his shoes. You could hear that. Every once in a while, the wind, the breeze would carry sound of his footsteps as he walked away. And then finally, she couldn't hear him anymore. She turned and walked back home again. Well, the first time that I went to go and see my dad's grave was 60 years after his death there in 1944. And what my first task when I visited my dad's grave was to apologize to my dad for taking so long to get there. Me and my mom often wanted to go there, but she was afraid of flying. Didn't want to fly. She said, "I'll go there if we go on a boat." I said, "It'll take too long." Two men from Rama were killed in an accident. One was Charlie St. Germain and my dad, Sanford Stinson. I can remember hearing that. I can remember hearing the ladies weeping and wailing. Rama's houses were lit up all night long for people praying in their homes, calling upon God for their loved ones, knowing that he wasn't coming back from the war, and all the prayer that was going up at the time. I believe that somewhere along the way, my dad gave his heart to the Lord. When I make it to heaven, I'll rejoice with the Lord, and after the rejoicing is all over, I believe I'll hear footsteps. Yeah. I'll turn and see my dad with my mom. Serving God is worth it all. That we'll see our loved ones one day, and we'll see our friends one day, very shortly. The Lord is coming soon, and I'm counting on that. He's real.